O you who listen and who watch, know that to kill a Sloughi is as serious a crime as to kill 7 men. I heard the poet say that the Sloughi is not a dog. Of all creatures, the Sloughi, by his grace and his nobility, brings joy to the soul of his master and fills him with pride. For 5,000 years, he has inspired man's tales. Here for you is one of these many tales. Hussein is a hunter, and his Sloughi is his only weapon. Hussein does not possess his Sloughi, but both are possessed by the fever of the hunt. They have been together for 6 years. Before, Hussein was only a shepherd with a few sheep. One day, an old hunter gave him his Sloughi, but refused to say from whence he came. Hussein named him Jannah. Jannah means wing of the bird, because Jannah is the fastest of all the Sloughis. But one day, fate caught up with Jannah and led him there where he should not have gone. Into the land of the Qaid, lord and master of the province. Before the princess of the Sloughis and her servant Yasmina. To the feet of the Qaid Sloughia, the soul of beauty. But one does not presume to disturb the Sloughia of the Qaid. And one does not speak to the servant Yasmina. Had this encounter not taken place, Jannah's story would have been very different. As for Hussein the hunter, he could not have dreamt of what would come to pass. The Sloughiya lives in the palace of the Qaid. He named her Zia. Zia means light. She is the light of his life. Everyone knows that the Qaid indulges her, overlooking her little caprices. Zia, the apple of his eye, has been ready to bear children for a year now. For a year, the Qaid has been searching for a suitor worthy of his princess. He wants to find for her the most handsome Sloughi in the province. He has entrusted the Muqaddam, his hunting master, with this most important task. Every day, the Muqaddam brings males before him. But none of them are worthy of Zia.
إلا بغيتي راه نيمير واحد سلوغي راه نيمير واحد قزمته طويلة نيمير واحد.
If this continues, a new Mokadem may soon take the place of the present Mokadem.
واخا سعادة القيم واخا.
كم ديال السميطة؟
هذوك 300 ريال بيناتهم. هذه غالية خليها.
على قاسم هذه غالية شوية.
To please the Qaid and to win back his favor, the Mokadem has come up with an idea. The Mokadem himself spreads the word that the Qaid is searching for a male worthy of his Sloughiya. All the suitors must come to the palace. There will be a great hunt in order to choose the best of them all. The reward is to be a horse. A horse from the palace stables. Above all, there must be no mongrels. On this day, Hussein realized that Jannah's destiny would be fulfilled. Of all the Slughis, Jannah has the most qualities to recommend him. His jaw is powerful. His shoulders are muscular. His chest is full. His ears sit high on his head, perfectly set. Hussein has always known that his Sloughi was of noble birth. Let it be known, Jannah, that you will be chosen to become prince. As soon as the Qaid sets eyes on you, he will know. They have come from every province, for the horse, of course, but above all, for the promise of a princely marriage. Each man knows that his Sloughi is the best, but only one of their number will be chosen. The Mokadem casts his eye over each and every suitor, and he points to those he deems fit to appear before the Qaid.
هذا سلوك مزيان ها واثنين مزيانين اش كدير انت هنا اش كدير ها اش كدير
Jannah's story might have ended here. His worth could have been acknowledged once and for all. Unfortunately for him, Yasmina, the Sloughiya servant, was also the Mokadem's daughter. The Mokadem is the most protective of fathers. No one may speak to his daughter, especially not a poor shepherd like Hussein. So the Mokadem looked on Jannah with scorn and claimed to see in him every possible flaw.
هذا سلوكي هذا يشد للرب هذا اش من سلوكي هذا هاي علي هاي عليا هاي خرجه خرج سلوكي كبار بعد مني سير هاي يدي عليا سلوكي ديالك ماشي هذاك سلوكي هذا
And so Jannah was not able to appear before the Qaid and his princess. And Hussein's pride was very deeply injured indeed. A curse on the Muqaddam. As for the love between Jannah the Sloughi and the Sloughiya, Hussein was sure that they were never to meet again. But destiny works in mysterious ways. The servant Yasmina was destined to hold the key to Zia and Jannah's love. The Muqaddam watches over the land of the Qaid just as he watches over his daughter. On that day he called Hussein every name under the sun.
أين حق عندك؟ ايش قاعد فراسك تاش حاجة؟ فراسك شيل هذا ولكن غادي نشدك غادي نشدك عندي هنا قاعد اش بين وين؟ وين؟ غادي نقطع لك رجلي غادي نوديك انا اش قاعد دير هنا؟ اش من حق عندك؟ وريني اش من حق اشرب اش قاعد دير؟
Nothing in the world can stop an argument between two hunters. Nothing, except the news that a great hare has been spotted nearby. The little shepherd spoke of a hare as big as a gazelle. This is the opportunity chosen by the master to test the skill of the suitors. The hare sleeps during the day. He takes cover so well that one could be right upon him without knowing it. Sense, finding sense, a trail. They must follow their instincts and Jannah's fine nose. Hussein never hunts in a group. He is like the hare. He doesn't like noise. The hare is clever. He moves and leaps and bounds, and he who follows his scent suddenly loses it. So one has to guess which way he has gone. Qaid could have seen Jannah. If only Zia could tell the Qaid whom she would choose.
زوين الطلق ويطير ويرجع لأنه تلوحشة لباس مزيان جل
Without knowing it, that day Jannah went straight toward his destiny. And the Qaid, who had never seen him, was struck by the beauty of the Sloughi who had been hidden from him.
سلوقي مزيان سلوقي ما عمرنيش شفت زوينة سلوقي
Yasmina told him Jannah's name.
اسمه
سميتو جناح
مزيان
سلوقي مزيان ديال واحد الصياد سميتو حسين
مزيان هاد السلوقي ديالك كيفاش ما كنعرفكش انا كيفاش زعما نعرفك سطير
He learned nothing from the silent Hussein. So he decided to see for himself.
ها جناح رجب كبيرة هذه يا جناح ها رجب كبيرة هذه
Rare is the Sloughi who knows how to capture a hare without killing it.
هذه مع راسها
It is a female who will soon have little ones.
ديال القارحة اللي كنتي هربتي للقيد نجيتي وعلى هذيك الفرصة ديالك اللي جيتي من القيد أنا غادي نرخيك نعطيك الحرية التامة.
O you who escaped the pack of the Qaid, let it be written that you will live long, and that your children once born will inherit your cleverness. The Qaid had seen Jannah, but he didn't know of the Muqaddam's insult against him.
اش كتبغي سي؟ العود جاب لك القيد جاب لك عود هديه لهذاك العود السلوقي عندك. لا سيدي هذا السلوقي عندي انا احسن لك العود عنده هو. السلوقي راه مزيان. لا السلوقي عندي انا احسن لك العود عنده هو. وشو سعد القيد راجع عندك؟ الله يجعل فيه البركه. استقبل القيد. لا سي لا.
Everyone dreams of owning a thoroughbred horse, but no horse, regardless of his beauty, will buy back Jannah's honor.
جناح زيد جناح زيد بيستي جناح زيد 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 جناح زيد بيستي زيد جناح زيد جناح وي زيد جناح يلا جناح شتاها هلا جناح شتاها راه قداش زيد ايوا يلا زيد جناح طيب ماك مقود علينا اليوم واش مريض ولا مالك سيدي الله السيد معنا اليوم جناح اش كتقود علينا واش مريض ولا مالك
The insult against Jannah will forever separate him from Zia.
نتوما كتطلعوا في راسكم كتهتموش كاع بالغير.
Know, Hussein, that you are not worthy of anyone's attention. A man's honor is worthless if he cannot see the pain suffered by his loyal Sloughi. There is no insult so great that it may not be forgiven.
قلقة مني. شنو بغيتي؟
So ended the story of Jannah and Zia.
شوف حسن بزين.
زوينة السليقية زوينة جريوة هذه زوينة السلوقية هذه تخرج مزيانة لكن أنا غادي نختار هذه زوينة هذه عجبتني هي
شوف هذه زوينة.
لا هذه.
Instead of a horse, Hussein asked the Qaid for the young Sloughi of his choice, and the Qaid granted his request, for the Qaid is great and just.
الله يرحم لك الوالدين.
هتجري لي انا؟
لك انت هتجري لك انت اسمح لي.
O you who listen, you will remember that this one is more than a Sloughi among Sloughis. His name is Son of Jannah, and he will be prince among princes. Let it be so.